Okay guys, back here with some cooking terms. I need you on page 38 at the very bottom. We're going to define each of these terms. When you're cooking, sometimes you're going to come across some strange terms that don't really make sense to you. So I want to just clearly define them for you. Our first one is to chop. When you are chopping, this means that you're going to cut it into small pieces. Make sure that you always do them in uniform size pieces. That way they cook evenly throughout. Cream. When your recipe says to cream, this is working your sugar and fat together until it's really soft and really fluffy. Typically, this is going to be in a baking recipe. Cut in. When you are cutting in, it might say cut in your fat into your flour. Really, it's redundant. You're cutting your fat into your flour with a pastry blender or two knives. This just means that you're going to mix your fat and your flour together until you've got some good pea-sized crumbs. Dice. This is cutting into very small cubes that are about a 1/4 inch by a 1/4 inch by a 1/4 inch. Okay, again, you want to make sure that everything is uniform in size. Dredge. When you are dredging something, you're coating your food heavily with other ingredients. So a good example of this would be chicken strips. You're going to probably get them wet either with egg or with water, and then you're going to throw it in your breadcrumb mixture. You're dredging those chicken strips. Flour. This is to sprinkle or coat with a powdered substance. Usually you're going to want to use like cornstarch or like maybe powdered sugar if you make Muddy Buddies. Fold. This is mixing your ingredients gently by turning one part over another. Usually when you mix, you're stirring it around, right? When you're folding, you're going to cut through the center, pull it up through the bottom, flip it up, and then rotate. And you're gently turning it. Usually you're going to do this when you don't want to disrupt something in your batter. So a meringue, perhaps. Great. This is finely dividing your food in various sizes by rubbing it on a surface with sharp projections. Grated cheese, for example. Knead. This is working your dough to further mix ingredients and to develop some gluten, which binds that dough together. Mince. This is cutting your food as finely as possible. You want it in really, really tiny pieces like minced garlic. But again, you want uniform sized pieces. Peel. This is removing that skin or rind off of a fruit or a vegetable. Saute. This is to brown or cook your food in a small amount of fat using low to medium heat. So make sure that you write down the low to medium heat, because if you do high heat, you're not sauteing anymore. Simmer, cooking right below the boiling point. Steam. This is cooking your food by water vapors that are produced when water is heating to a boiling point. When you steam something, you usually have a steaming basket like what you see in the picture, and then a pot of boiling water. You're going to put that steaming basket above that water, not touching the water, and then all of those water vapors are going to go up and cook whatever's in that steaming basket. You don't only steam vegetables, you can steam meats as well. Whip. You're going to beat rapidly to introduce air bubbles into your food. You can do this manually or with an electric mixer. All right, guys, I've got this cooking terms video posted, so go ahead and click on this link. It's going to show you real time what each of these cooking terms looks like, okay?